Warmup, presented by your local North Texas GEICO agents. One small step away from the state championship game. No team wants to slip up now. Let's get you warmed up for some state semifinal action. The hunger grows with every round of playoffs. And once you reach the state semifinals, a game away from a title shot, teams are starving for a win. Let's preview what our area teams need to get done to punch their ticket to AT&T Stadium next week. In a 6A Division I semifinal, it's the City of Champions versus Jacket Fight Never Dies. Two slogans that Duncanville and Rockwall football has lived by throughout the season. A state title has been the only option for the Panthers this year, led by quarterback Jaquindon Jackson and skill players Roderick Daniels and Tristan Smith. Duncanville has gone through their schedule unscathed. This includes a win over South Lake Carroll last week, who gave the Panthers everything they wanted and more. However, it proved that Duncanville could be resilient even in high-pressure situations. Rockwall, on the other hand, suffered a couple of losses in the regular season, but have rode the hands of Jackson, Smith, and Njigba throughout the postseason. Just as a receiver alone, Smith and Njigba has 36 catches for 688 yards and 12 touchdowns in 4 playoff games. And that's not including his rushing touchdowns. How Duncanville slows down Smith and Njigba with an ailing Chris Thompson, a game-time decision in the defensive backfield will be key. In a 6A Division II semifinal, Denton Guyer takes on Spring Westfield down in Houston. What a masterful defensive display the Wildcats put on Amarillo Tascosa last week. The team, who put up unbelievable offensive numbers this year in Tascosa, was shut down to only 7 by Guyer. On the offensive end, Eli Stowers found receivers open deep, and Cajer Cobbs did his thing on the ground. You've got to feel that this Wildcat team is just on a roll this year, and it doesn't really matter that Westfield will have what's equivalent to a home game this Saturday. Another local game that has much intrigue is the 5A Division I semifinal. This one is at Allen's Eagle Stadium and pits Frisco Lone Star and Denton Ryan. Lone Star came out of one of the most competitive regions in this year's postseason, and they did it with the combo of Garrett Rangel and Marvin Mims. The sophomore Rangel stepped in early this year and has been magnificent. One of the reasons for his success is the unbelievable season of Mims. Last week against Lancaster, he beat the state national record for receiving yards in a single season. So their offense is on point. But the Ranger defense may be even better. But they are facing one of the best offenses in the state when they take on the Raiders. Denton Ryan hasn't had much competition this year, which may raise a few red flags. But you can't ignore the talent on this team. Quarterback Seth Pinnigan has weapons everywhere, from wide receivers Billy Bowman and Jatavian Sanders to do everything Drew Sanders, to running back Amani Bailey. The Raider offense can get you every which way. If there's any worry on Ryan, it is that their best athletes play on both sides of the ball. Drew and Jatavian Sanders and Bowman are all studs on both offense and defense. If Lone Star can wear them down, that could be an advantage. This game is a must-see. In 5A Division II, Aledo takes on Lubbock Cooper in Abilene Saturday. Aledo almost lost their chance at a 9th state title when they had to go to overtime to beat Ennis last week. However, they survived the turnover bug and found a way to win. It's what champions do. Jace McClellan and Money Parks will have to play big parts of the Bearcats getting past Cooper. But if they do, history awaits, as 9 state titles would be a state record. Other teams in the state semifinals are Springtown, Brock, Gunter, and Grandview. Good luck to all of them. In this week's Inside Story, we take a look at how playing the piano has been a good diversion for Garrett Rangel as he tries to lead Lone Star to a state title. Plus, we'll give out another postseason bobblehead. Also, hoops season is well underway, and this week we'll have highlights of a couple of key matchups. Before we go, It's time for the extra point.
Duncanville took down South Lake Carroll once again in the playoffs last weekend, and Coach Reginald Samples gave his respect to tight end Blake Smith after the game.
The Landry Award has been awarded earlier this week, and it was given to one of the best there is. Jackson Smith-Njigba can add another accolade to his list of accomplishments, earning the Landry Award, Gatorade Player of the Year, and possibly a state finals berth. That's all we have for this week's episode. To stay up to date with all things inside high school sports, follow our social accounts. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. That will get you ready for the highlight of the sports weekend. Wingstop Inside High School Sports, Saturday at 6:30 p.m. on NBC5, hosted by Paul Jones. Thank you for watching The Warmup, presented by your local North Texas GEICO agents. To find the office nearest you, go to geico.com/DFW. I'm Asha Blankton, and I hope you've gotten warmed up for the state semifinals.